All right. C1x Road launch, day 46. I think we're rolling. All right, the goal today is going to be to finish up the global courses stuff for tour courses specifically. What I'm going to start with today, there were so for the tour courses, we're breaking them out by events. That's what they're all starting with. That's what the focus is going to be on. I had this item down here of should I include a year as the value for the tour courses, with the point being that I include a year here for each, so that on the global list, maybe I have a little thing here that we have like 2025 tour layouts. That would probably just start when C1x is launched, and then we'd have all the 2026 layouts, and then that way I could just kind of update on those moving forward. That might be nice. Might be clean. Pro Tour changes every year too, so that way it's at least easy to specify. I do like doing it by event name, but I'd run into issues where, like, for 2025, so this year, the Pro Tour Championship is in Virginia at, I believe, New London Tech and the Ivy Hill course where Worlds was at. So 2025 Tour Championship is at Ivy Hill and New London Tech. The 2026 Tour Championship is at the same two courses. That's at least how they planned it right now. So I can't just say Pro Tour Championship in those two courses because they're going to be two different layouts, and I could always do it based off of what the closest layout is, but how long do I keep last year's layout on before I put the new layout on? Gets kind of objective or subjective. I would like to keep it objective and just do a different year value. And obviously I haven't pushed this list to anyone, so if I'm going to update stuff, now is perfect time to do it. Also, I'm handling this list like I'm handling the normal global list, which is that on every app launch, it's deleted and re-downloaded from the package. So every time I push out an update, I can change the structure of this. As long as the code matches, it's all going to work just fine. It's not a big deal if I do add something later. But before we go add the year, I had these 6 events that I still wanted to add that I did not have in my list previously. So we're going to do those first. I did track down some information on them today. But otherwise, I'm going to have the course information open up on my other screen. So first off, we had the first one's going to be the Big Easy Open. Course name, this is Parc de Famille. I think Famille is close to the French pronunciation for that. I think I already have this course in the normal global list. Will obviously not be the Pro Tour layout. In Louisiana, I saw something similar to Harmony Bends or W.R. Jackson. It's a John Houck design. Have not played W.R. Jackson. I have played Harmony Bends. We'll give it a 4.7. Probably not a ton of OB. Pretty wooded, but fair. Not quite as difficult as like a Northwoods Black, but I think that's a fine start. All right, so some of these tournaments, like the Big Easy Open, they've never had a Pro Tour tournament at that course. The tournament is not until next year. There is no publicly available caddy book, but I do still want the course to be in the app and the tournament to be in the app. So instead we are, and I guess I'll drag this over here. We can do this. This is fine. I sent a lot of this stuff to myself via email, and so I was trying to keep my public email off the screen. I don't know if I've done a great job of that previously, so it probably doesn't matter, but why can I not? Can I drag? It just wasn't showing me the arrow. All right, so we're just going to use the latest blue tees layout, which I think is the longest tees at this course. And then eventually when the caddy books go out for this tournament and for a lot of the other tournaments next year, we'll just go update them there. But yeah, so MPO, that's going to be the course name. We'll run through the pars here. And then at least here I'll be able to check the total par and distance. We got the par right already, 65, 65. Whole distance. This spreadsheet is nice, just being able to do it all one hand on the number keypad, 8579, that's great. And now we're done. That's this is quite nice. So we just add a comma here, and then we're just gonna start dropping these in like so, and then we'll format them just like we did the other ones at the end. All right, so next up we're gonna do FPO. Really just guessing because I don't know these layouts. We'll go 3.6. And then I'll throw in the white tees. I can imagine that the FPO is probably going to be playing a mix of blue and white, and then they're going to add some brand new holes, probably make the MPO layouts quite a bit harder. So I don't expect these to be accurate, but they are close. Also 15 down through 18, Silas. What the heck? I know this is the white tees, but jeez. Kind of disgusting. All right, still par 65, so I don't know if the par actually changed it all there, but we'll get the distances. 72. All right, 7494. Yes. Perfect. All right. So we're going to call that the FPO layout right now. And once again, we'll adjust those later. But that is going to be it for the Big Easy Open. 3 rounds only at that course. All right, so next up, does open it. So we're going to close this out. Now we're over here. So our next event is going to be the Queen City. Am I not typing anywhere? Queen City Classic. We are at Hornet's Nest. Been a few years. South Carolina, I believe, or North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina. North Carolina. PO, Hornet's Nest. I assume they're going to change it a little bit. We'll give it a 4.7 for now. It's fine. And I'm pulling these from the Pro Tour Championships in 2021, so this is obviously outdated, but I figure that's probably as close as I'm going to get to what the eventual Pro Tour layout might be. A lot of par 3s on this one, only par 62. Pretty low for a Pro Tour course. At the same time, I'd kill for some par 62s in Salt Lake. That'd be wonderful. They are putting in some new ones, but they're just wide open. All right, 9164. All right, so that is Queen City for MPO. And then we'll do it for FPO. And I'm just going to use the FPO layout here as well. Par 65, so higher par and shorter holes. Okay. I'll go through them here. $65. . 65. 159, par 65. All right. So that's it for the Queen City Classic. I believe that's just 3 rounds at Hornets Nest. All right, and then we've got the 2026 Champions Cup. Which, as far as I can tell right now, is going to be 4 rounds at New London Tech in Virginia. POVA. I know they're trying to make that one a little bit harder too. I still don't think it's quite Northwood's black level, but it seems like it's fair to say that it's up there. Maybe it is. Maybe it is that hard. I'm not sure. We'll keep it at 4.8 right now. Doesn't really matter too much for C1x, just that round grading. Minor impact, not really. Not for a difference of 0.1 here. Not going to be too big of an impact. But yeah, and then so right now we're just going to do the New London Tech. For Champions Cup, if they end up doing it at Ivy Hill 2 or something else, then again, we'll adjust accordingly. But PO, Champions Cup. And then this is going to be hard too, because I'm pretty sure they're doing the Pro Tour Championships. Right now, they have it advertised that the Pro Tour Championships this year and next year, I already mentioned this at the start of the video, I think, are both at New London Tech and Ivy Hill. And Champions Cup next year is at them. So in the span of 12 months, they're going to have 3 majors. Pro Tour Championship being a pseudo major, I guess, but 3 pseudo majors and above at the same 2 courses, which seems a little excessive. As someone who lives in Utah and can't seem to buy a Pro Tour event in the state, other than obviously getting U.S. Women's next year, which is really cool, but not a tournament that I can compete in. Kind of a bummer. I know Paul Macbeth has done a really good job with these courses, and that we don't really have something like that out here, but we got some good courses. I'm sure it might just be a lack of people wanting to run tournaments like this at those courses. But anyways, 11,495, par 68. Okay. So there's Champions Cup. And then we'll do FPO. Probably still going to be pretty hard on New London Tech. Keep it at a 3.8. Let's go to FPO here. Yeah, 1 extra stroke and almost over 2,000 feet less distance. 3.8 is probably somewhat valid. All right, 3, 4. All right, distances 395. They do start out with the same hole 1. I like it when they do that. It's kind of fun. Get everyone throwing the same first shot off the tee, especially when it's a cool hole to watch. I think hole 1 at New London fits that description. Nice, large but tight-ish fairway to hit. Tough gap. Easy for spectators to stand behind and view the shot. All right, 9216, par 69. Nice. All right, that's Champions Cup. Next up is U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship, which is going to be sick. Disc Golf Championship at Brighton Ski Resort. We are only FPO here. We're going to go Utah. I don't know what the layout's going to be. We're going to keep it at maybe go like a 3.7. I'm going to just put in the layout that we just played at Utah State's. My guess is that that is not going to be the layout they play. I could see them making some of those holes a little bit shorter, easier. Probably making some of them a little bit harder as well. I don't think this is a crazy guess at 3.7. We'll start with that. US DGC, Brighton Ski Resort at PO Utah. I already said I was going to add year, right? I did. get the years in here. No, that didn't work. That seems to work. That way I can get the years on these last few at least. I was going to need to update the spreadsheet anyways. That's a few less I'll need to do. All right, 2026 Tour FPO Utah 3.7. Okay, part-time. Distances. All right, and then what do we got here? 61, 8551. Okay, perfect. All right, so U.S. Women's. Now I've got the year, 2026. Oh, hold on. No. I'll just bring my personal email over anyways. That's great. All right, U.S. Women's is done. World Championships. I was gonna add the 2025 layout just because it doesn't look like either of those courses get to be on the tour next year, so I wanted to throw that one in there. World Championships, the Monster, MPO, Finland. We'll give that a 5.0, and this is going to be 2025. All right, give me the Monster. Okay. All right, for ten, 835, 67. Did I typo here? 407, 387, 860, 768, 318, 738, 387, 433, 289, 814, 942. I think the PDGA just doesn't have the exact conversion on here. I think I typed that right. All right, there is 2025 Worlds at the Monster. And then let's do FPO at the Monster. We'll give it a 4.0. Monster FPO Finland. Yeah, okay. This is I think I've already said it once in this video too. It is very nice to be able to use the spreadsheet instead of creating the JSON structure by hand. In the file, this yeah, saves me so much time. Makes adding courses nice and quick. All right, 94376. Probably a conversion issue again. We're gonna call that good. All right, World Championships at the monster. Now we need MPO at the beast. Definitely easier to lay out. We'll give it a 4.6. 2025 still. MPO the beast. Okay. Par 63 also pretty low for tour. All right, 63, 9244. Still probably a conversion issue there. All right, and then FPO 3.4. FPO for the beast. Different pars and a little bit shorter on distance too, right? Yeah, about 500 feet. Okay. 3. All right, same hole 1. Okay. That was such a heartbreaking finish. Absolutely heartbreaking. All right, 66, yeah. Looks good. Okay. So now we're done with the World Championships. Then we have the World Championships 2026. So for the World Championships 2026, we have the Deglow, the toboggan, which right now I'm just going to copy these guys. And this is going to be World Championships, Kensington Toboggan, NPO. But then give me year 2026. Yeah. World Championships. We'll assume it'll be a similar layout. It might change, but we'll account for that later. All right, and then evidently for Worlds in 2026, they are also playing on a new course, which is going to be Black Locust South. So we're going to add that one in. World Champs 2026. Black Locust South. This is Michigan. Oh, MPO Michigan. No idea how hard this one's going to be either. Well, 4.7, kind of neutral for MPO. Get the pars in here. This the PDJ event that I'm copying was evidently a Worlds preview that they ran, and this is supposed to be the exact layout. It does actually look like it's playing pretty hard, if even sitting at 1020. Ratings are never 100% accurate, but we'll bump it up a little bit. Again, if anyone is watching this, I'm sorry that the start of these videos lately has just been data entry, but got to get all these courses in here. 1087, par 64. All right. So that is Black Locust South for MPO. Let's go FPO. Go 3.8. They had FPO playing the same layout. Paige Pierceman played it. Sick. Certainly they're going to be on a different layout. This is crazy. They had all of the divisions playing that layout. MA3 playing the world's layout. Still shooting a 963. That's 74 points above his rating. That's crazy. 21 overall in the tournament. I miss those days. So I don't have an FPO layout then. I guess all we're gonna do is copy and paste it then right now. I don't have the FPO layout in, so evidently not even set up to practice, or they didn't want to deal with the logistics of moving it around for an XC tier, which makes a little bit of sense. So we'll call it the same right now and adjust later. So that is the World Championships for 2026 as well. And then the last one is going to be the GGPT Championship for 2026. Did I already add? I've got 25 and 26, right? Yeah, we'll do 25 first. But they're both at New London Tech and Ivy Hill. At least that's what the indication is right now. So we're literally just going to copy and paste 26 from 25 and just change the year. That's it. Actually, let's take a step back here. For Champions Cup, for the Pro Tour Championship, I'm going to copy New London from Champions Cup. There's no point to doing anything else here. Year 2025. Give me that. And then this is going to be DGPT Championship. Yeah. And then we will go at Ivy Hill. Keep this nice and simple right now. And I'm just going to pull these from 2024 Worlds. All right, DGPT Championship, Ivy Hill. MPO, we'll keep it at 4.8, that's fine. Pars. This is the last tournament to add. 2026 Pro Tour Championship, I guess, but we're just going to copy and paste it from this one because, once again, for like the 5th time probably, sorry I keep saying it, but they're at the same place. 11.794, par 67, okay. So that's Ivy Hill. I did miss my quotes on these. Come on, go away. And that is 2025 as well. DGPT Championship. update the year here. Let's go FPO 3.8, and then we'll go grab that one as well. I wonder how many on tour of the MPO guys that get there, 4 or 5 days before each tournament. How many of them just go play the FPO layouts just to mix it up a little bit? And same thing with the FPO players, how often they go play the MPO layouts. Just feel like I would do it all the time. Just nice to mix it up, get something different. Different challenge without the expectation of, okay, this is what I have to do in the tournament. All right, and then we're just going to copy and paste these. It's worth it to make new instances because eventually, they are going to change these courses slightly between this year's Tour Championship and next year, so keep the different layouts in. But TGPT 2026. Get rid of that comma. All right, yes, I need to add year, and then we also need to add a text button to the global menu. Courses shown to change the year shown. Okay. Oh, and then should I add a TD to 2026 courses that don't have a caddy book yet? Okay. I think that was all my notes from earlier. Cool. Close that out. Close this out. And now we've got all the, I think every Pro Tour event now is represented. Certainly for the 2026 season. I think I have all of those in there now, so that's great. And that was, that's a lot of events that I just added. Didn't take me, I think, more than half an hour to put all of those in there, including going through my email, pulling up all the stuff. So pretty happy with that. All right, format selection. Do the same thing we did in yesterday's video, but less lines to go through today, so hopefully this goes faster. Let's just start with these. So we gotta tab these out. And then format. Oh yeah, that doesn't look. I do have to enter that. I forget. This is the last bit of data entry I think I have. We do need to go add the year value to all these, but that will hopefully just be some quick copying and pasting. Probably not as quick as I think it's going to be. And this again falls into the realm of the app could read it just fine right now, but I want to format it here so that I can read it better. It's easier for me to change down the road. A little bit of work on the front end to save some on the back end. Alright, and I got those two in with the year. So now we're on to the new list here. I guess I can just go. Might be just as easy at this point if I go one by one. Ooh, I can probably do those at the same time. Bet I can. Right here, do a little bit of this. Distances. This is definitely my least favorite part of what I'm going to do today, but so I got to get it out of the way first. All right. Tour course is finalized. Now I've got to go add this. '26, open at Austin. We'll be keeping this at 2026. KC wide open. Obviously some of these happened, a lot of these happened this year as well, but I'm going to try and keep the focus moving forward here on either events this year that haven't happened yet or the events next season, with the one exception of adding just the world champs from this past year. Preserve 2026. Discmania 6. Disc Golf Festival, still kind of unsure what that's going to be. Northwood Black. Ledgestone is happening, right? Surely. Yes. Okay. Wild. D-Glow is not really happening, so this is going to be a 2025 because that's where Worlds is at. So we'll update those. GMC will have already happened by the time I release, so we'll keep that at 2026. MVP, maybe I copy this because that hasn't happened yet. So I do like 2025 and 2025, and then for right now we just copy and paste them to $2026. MVP 2026, MVP 2025. Okay. USDGC. I guess I can kind of do the same thing there. And with throw pink, just fine. So that means we'll make these two 2025. All right, and then we'll have next year's as well. Jonesboro 26, Heinel Open 26, Swedish Open 26, Big Easy Open. Now we're on to the new guys, so we should be almost done here. Queen City Classic, Champions Cup already happened, so only 26 there. US Women's, I already added. Am I on to the point now where I don't need to do these anymore? Got all the years in there. Looks like it. All right. So I think we've got a full list. Let's go through and update the code now to account for that year value. I don't think I have anything in here. Should I think it should pretty much all be in course loading. Let's go here. Static var years is equal to. We'll do it as a string. Should it be a string? Should I just make it a number? I kind of like the idea of keeping it as a string just in case I want to make it a full date. Yeah, we'll keep it as a string. That's fine. All right, so years. Let's go up to the top here, loading in that load course information course. And I did, and let's just verify here. I added tags to this. I did. Okay. But we're not adding years to them. Course data dot years. All right, and then just year. Indices. Sort it. Don't need that. I think that should be it. We just need to load the information in appropriately. None of that stuff is in a provider, so that should be it. Okay. All right, so course is still to add. All of those are in. So, done with that. Include a year value. Yes, I should. We already added all of those. On to the next step items now. Is that where I'm at? Let's do a quick reset, make sure that that still works. Got some Ivy Hills and New London Techs, so that means that we're working, I think. Got all the Maple Hills in there. Winthrop Arenas, This Side of Heaven. Parc des Familles. Okay. Oh man. Data entry takes it out of me a little bit. I think we're going to do that next. All right, little text button. Let's pop up a ChatGPT here. Let's go to my global course file. We got back button. We got our switch. Yeah, now I can throw this in there. How big was that? Screen width, button designs. 0.14. All right, and then just add that here. Undefined name. What is undefined about that? Ah. Because my syntax is trash. All right, and this is gonna go. button colors dot tour courses base color. No const. Is there a padding? And max text. No. There's not. Nice. Background music there. How do I... Let's do this. I wonder if that's coming as loud. Through as loud on the mic as it is for me. That's terrible. That's what I want. It just causes the toggle to be off center. So how can I adjust this row to keep the back button where it's at? Keep the footer switch centered in the view, and then just push the text button to the right side. Do you need to think that long for this one? Yeah, okay. Do not want to do a stack. Next idea. Expanded with a center. I like that idea. That's a good call. As long as it works. Intuitively, it should work. So we get rid of these spacers, we keep the sized boxes at the end. And then we wrap this, what was it? A center and then an expanded, yeah. Refactor with a center. Refactor with an expanded. Didn't seem like that changed anything. It's still not centered. Actually, I know why it's not centered. Those are the text button and icon button are not the same size, so your second. Yeah, just wrap them. Try this. Oh, got an error. Puts the back button in a space where I don't love it, but we could try doing this. Maybe this is silly. Yeah. I don't hate that. I don't hate it if showing tour courses else. I was about to just describe what I was going to do and then mute myself in case the alarm kept going off, but someone was looking around for long enough, realizing that no one else was getting up, that it was maybe their car. Alright, so if I update that, we're not going to show it here, but we show it there. Lovely. Okay. Should it just be black? I kind of like keeping the blue. We'll roll with it. All right. I load tour courses into my app. Below structure, I have the below text button currently. text button is tapped, want it to pull up a simple drop-down menu where the user can select from a list of years that should include all years included. My structure above. Provide the code. Selecting from the drop-down menu updates the year shown without the code for the on-pressed. Give this a try. Oh, error. Wait. Okay. Is there a way to keep the drop down? So the screen underneath the button. Also, how do I customize its appearance? So it's peculiar, but we'll try it. This is going to become the on-pressed, comma. All right, now what's the error? All right, let's give it a reset. See what that throws at me. Okay. Right padding, offset 0. just want that in the center. Why is that center? I don't think that's going to look the same on a different course or a different phone size. It's only centered in the drop-down menu. And alignment is center right, not when it's center. Final selected, show menu, relative. Shape, border radius, regular 12, side. Items, remove default padding. Underneath value. 0, use sized box to force. So sized box instead of container. That's better. It's still not good, but it is better. And if I do the text align here. No change. It's already centered. Menu width, height 40. No padding. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Okay. I see. Oh. So that's going to do it when the search function goes. Now I need to do it off the rip as well. We'll see if that works. So we default to 2025. And that's it. That's all we have for 2025, which is correct, I think. Yeah, and then so now when I update to 2026, So when the value of that text button changes, then we just need to call the tour search function. Or we could just call apply year filter. Probably. If selected is not equal to null, set state, apply year filter. Let's see if that works. Oops. All right. 2025, that's what we're rolling with. 2026, yes. Whoa, why? I guess because it started me with that much scroll. So if I go here, yeah, we can still scroll all the way down. Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right. So that's exciting. And it'll automatically do that. It should for every additional year that we have. So just as a quick test, let's make this 2027. And make sure that 2027 shows and that course shows. Make sure this is scalable for future years. Sure looks like it is. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Year's done. I had the idea for the year thing, and I already kind of had the idea for it in the last video too, but this was the list I was expecting to start with, and we haven't even, it's been an hour and a half. We're just now getting to it. We got the new courses in though. The year button is in. Should I make it a little button? Or I think that's fine right now. I think that is fine. Maybe I'll get ChatGPT to update the design of that a little bit. Let's do that first, just because it's not even on my list. Still slightly off center. Fix this. So want some sort of divider between the years. How do I remove extra padding for bottom items? I already have that. Line, container, 0. No effect whatsoever. looks fine with, let's go back to 27. Once I start to add 3 years though, then we look a little bit goofy. Which it would likely be a year before I'm adding that 3rd year, actually. But that is the menu itself. Menu right. Size box align center. This still gives me extra padding. Bottom of the menu. Can I do it without the overlay entry? Okay, so it says no, I cannot. It's not terrible though. Why is the text still off center to right? Or to the left, but pop-up menu item. Am I crazy, or why is it? Menu padding is an item. Yeah, that immediately fixed the top and bottom issue. Okay, so now we just have to figure out how to center it. just decrease the menu width? That makes it worse. Wonder why. Potentially unassigned at this point. It's wrapped in a box that is not. What are you talking about? Can't be referenced before it is declared. How is it? I'm using it right there. Just because of async? Use it before it's declared. Do a reset there. I feel like I started the video off pretty talkative and I'm waning now. That's so weird. So weird. Is the right padding of the menu or is it inside the menu? Like, what if I set this to 0? That also has no effect. How does changing padding and width? Nothing changes the layout of the menu. That's crazy. Literally use it there. So what if I make that much smaller? And if I make it much bigger, like just what are... That centers it, at least, but... Jeez, man. All right, that should be fine. Show menu position. I don't know if the position is actually affecting it, but is that a real error? I'm sure. Definitely is. menu left is equal to screen width minus menu width minus right padding. Menu top is fine. Position is equal to that. There is no padding. Why won't you shift? This code feels closer. Okay. I removed the vertical padding, but the text is still off center to the left. And the drop down menu that it is further left of center. Screen width, menu width, right padding. Is that a plus? No, it said minus. Left only moved it further left of center. This is so. A native Flutter pop-up menu is not a challenging concept, and it should not be this complicated to center text inside it. I care less about its exact alignment, much more about the menu not looking like trash. That's what I had previously. I already have that. this was unpressed. It is, okay. I probably will need to call the, no, it had it in there. This text is no more centered than it was before. Now the menu is on the opposite side of the screen. I said I didn't care about it being exactly underneath the button, i.e. it can shift a little bit. I didn't say you could move it anywhere you wanted to on the screen. Something tells me this isn't going to be any better. But, I mean, that's what I get for just continuing to blindly ask ChatGPT. I'm bringing it on myself, I know. All right. Now the white looks better. Okay. I feel like I could keep messing around with the design of this pop-up menu forever, and that's probably not a very efficient use of my time at the moment. Whoops. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that. Although my brain doesn't want to let me avoid doing that. It wants me to make it perfect. Oh, I'm still going to have time to if I want to. But all right, it works at least. We've got the buttons in there. Let me make sure I reset that year back. 2026. Okay. Okay, let's jump into the next step items. So layout and information on the tour tournament buttons. So what do I want these buttons to look like? This is the data I have to work with. I'm thinking a little bit bigger. I'm going to keep the colors. We're not changing the colors. I'm just trying to change the layout of information on them. I like the colors. All right, so So. Base height, let's go, we're at 86,075. Let's go 9.5 and 8.4. We're going to start by just tweaking the size here. They did get bigger. Cool. Button press. It's pretty good. Maybe a little heavy at the top, but not bad. Thinking maybe just even a little bit bigger. Let's go 0.1, 0.88. And I think a little bit more inset on the width, so maybe 8.2. .5. Yeah, I'm trying to create room to do 2 rows of text. We'll see if I've actually done that. But we're going to pause there on the sizing for a sec. And now, I'm thinking that is location super important for these? Like everyone, I think it's important for the global course list just because there might be courses with the same name, but I'm starting with the event name here, like Supreme Flight Open. There's only one of those. If you're at the course trying to play the tour layout, you know where it's at. So maybe not location. So let's do widget dot tournament name. Am I not getting tournament name? I'm not. Well, we got to start with that then. Final string tournament name. Required tournament name. What else do I want? Tournament name. I want course name. I want division. I don't need year because that's shown on the thing. Total course par. Yeah. Course division. That's probably good enough. All right, so widget tournament name there. And I'm going to try, we're going to kick this down to 20. We're going to stack it in a column. And I'm going to try, emphasis on try, and go course name here at 10. We're just going to see if that fits. Over to the right, if I don't do location, I want to do a division tag. So let's wrap this in a column. We're going to copy this. Give me a division. This can be small. And then what do I want to show underneath it? I can maybe do par. That may not be terrible. Total course par to string. Let's throw this. Maybe. Then I'm gonna have to pass tournament name here. Do I sort by tournament name? I don't. don't sort by par either. Well, no, I do this. Yeah, total par count. For the dialogue, I guess I do it. Because I'm not showing it on the courses, but I need to show it on the courses here. Calculate course info. Get best rounds. Calculate total par. List int course pars. Course values. Button designs, just total course par, right? Total course par. Calculate total course par or calculate par or distance. Course pars to a course list. Okay. And then I can't do that. That would mean I have to filter by par. We can do that. That's okay. We can do it. So we can definitely do tournament name here. Now for pars, can I do this easily without going through ChatGPT? end up going back to ChatGPT a little bit. Filter tour parse. Course parse I. I'll turn up this line of code to work with a list int called course parse. Filter to or parse. All right, and then we do it with the search. Course parse. Course parse I. I drop this down here, so now I have the filtered values, right? And then here I should be able to do filtered tour parse tour course. And I should be able to do tournament name filtered tour tournament names tour course. Come on. All right. Computer's getting a little slow. Let's X out of ChatGPT. Let's give it a reset. Haven't checked. We updated the button design. I never looked at that either, so we're going to see if that worked. But I should be getting the right values now at least. So we'll find out. One way or another, we'll find out. Computer is slow. Okay, cool. My hope was that the text was going to look really small, but that it was still going to fit. Because that means that I have plenty of room, which is great. The par looks to be correct. Yeah. Par 68. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so now we can keep diving into this button design a little bit. Row, main axis alignment, center. I think that's true. We will center it. Column here, can I do a cross-axis alignment start? Yes. And then we'll do the same thing here with end. Okay. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Now, on these, we're going to make sure that max lines is set to 1. just to avoid any potential issues with weird overflows or anything else for that matter. The tournament name I want to be just a little bit bigger, so we're going to kick that back up to 22. Let's try this guy at 15. Oh, par is already at 15. So it could maybe even go a little bit bigger. We'll try 18. Let's kick the par up to 18 as well. Then we'll kick this up to 15. And then let's also do, on both of these columns, a main axis alignment space evenly. All right, and update, and is that going to look like trash on a smaller phone? Probably the $1 million question, right? Probably the question. I do like the general way that this looks. It'd be really cool eventually to get approval from the Pro Tour to like have these branded so the buttons could actually be themed based on the tournament, but a little too much work at the moment. Nor do I have approval. Nor have I even asked for approval. Be nice maybe next to that course. And let's go to my dialogue here. Not going to use that icon, but what do I use on what icon is that? Is that just golf course? Don't love that one. It's got to be like location ones, right? What's location city? Oh, that's not where I wanted to update that. No. Yeah. Better. I'd love to guarantee that this is going to work on a smaller phone, and I could do it if the button wasn't based off of screen size and not just a fixed pixel size. Looks great on this larger phone, obviously. I don't really want to wait for the smaller simulator to boot up, but that's what I need to do. I'll probably do that off video. But I do like these buttons. I think that's a good start. I probably don't, on the button designs, need the colon after par. I think I can probably do without that. Yeah. Fine. Definitely nothing crazy, but I don't hate it. Okay. So we're going to call that good. Tour course button layout done. Tour course dialog to look a little bit more special. So changes that I want to make to this. Why is that? I needed to update this back. Yeah. Okay. Now, what could I do to make it different? One very simple idea here. Kind of cool. What else? That wasn't really anything important, but I like that a little bit better. I mean, it's probably about good enough. I think it's kind of important that I keep the add and dismiss buttons designed the same way, just to avoid confusion, like they do something different than they do for the normal global courses. Probably add the year on that too. Final string year. Required year. And then for the center, let's go maybe 18 year. Let's sized box height 5. And then we'll go add that in here. Year. All right, that's a new argument to the function, so yeah, it's like it'll throw an error, but it'll fix it this time. Oh no, that is close, but I want it to be below my row of trophies. Just right there. Yeah, now we can just do a quick update. Just slide that guy down. That's a little bit too big for me. Let's go to 15. Yeah. Maybe 18 is better. Maybe it's a little too small. Needs to be visible. I like that. It's nothing crazy. I could definitely alter it at a later point, but I don't want to get too crazy at the moment. We're going to call that good on the dialogue. Update button design on my courses view to make tour courses have the same blue color scheme. Okay. So button designs I need to open. On the my courses view, we call the courses button. Let's minimize this stuff. Let's go to the courses button. String tag. I did get the tag argument loaded in. Okay. Container box decoration. All right. And then let's go widget tag equals tour. And then here we can go button colors, tour courses base color. Okay, and then I just need to do the label color and we should be good. I was adding the trophy to it, which is good, but we can do the color as well. Courses label color to courses label color. And I think I'm already passing the tag, so we can go check that real quick, but that might be done already. Might be good there. We got the 4 golds. So just a test. Let's go add this guy. And then let's go add USDGC. Go to my courses. Yeah. And then maybe I add the same little on the courses dialog, maybe I add little trophy guys at the top or something. That might be nice. Might be nice. Okay. Tour course info dialog. So that guy. Oh. And then let's go to the course info dialog, and then underneath the title, we're going to wrap this in a column. And here we're going to have a, I do get tag already. Am I using tag anywhere? No, not yet. Okay. Good, good. All right. If widget.tag equals tour, comma, and then we're going to throw that guy in here. What's wrong with? Oh, we just do tag on this. Cool. So these look normal, nothing crazy there. Here we get the trophies. Maybe I even add a little like tour text above it. Instead of like the year text that I have on the tour course. like right here, we just go right above the center. Oh. We just throw this guy in here too. And it says tour. Could even say like tour layout. No, I think that's distracting from it actually. Okay, none of that. Just that. I like it. I like it. Same blue color. All right, update general course dialog, small integrator, special graphic if tag is passed, which I just did. We just added the trophies. And the color is different, so I think I'm good there. And then update course selection for rounds to give tour courses a different color. Okay. Main menu. I do have my provider, so I need a provider for the tag as well. Course units, final course tags is equal to the course tags provider. Okay. So we'll get the tags there. Carousel slider, course selected, large center is selected. Course tags, course -1 equals tour. App theme colors dot vivid sky. Oh, that is how do I show the text here? I just say course. Course is equal to entry value. Course par totals. Selected index. Index -1. I don't think I can do that. What is the index here? I don't think that index -1 is just going to work, but I suppose I can. Yeah. So can I just do this? No. Well, I can. Uh-huh. But if I do the -1, am I supposed to do index +1? We'll figure this out. I'm close. We know it's possible. minus 2. Let's just keep guessing numbers. This is good. I know what I'm doing. Index is equal to entry.key. Entry.value. For courses 1, courses less than courses. And then I use course par totals index minus 1. So we do course minus 1, and then we do index minus 1. So we're starting at 1, so course pars is starting at 0. And course par totals is, I guess what is, I need to know what index is. Can I get that? Go away. I know, just tell me what index is. 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So index starts at 0. And if I, just to confirm here, print course tags, can I get that printout too? No. Start round. There we go. Global tour. So we got the 3 courses in there. So index is 0, 1, 2, 3. Index 0. Index is greater than 0. And then course tags. Should that work? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Should I put a little trophy on that guy too? That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Maybe instead of that, we just do next to the par. Maybe that works. Yeah. Tour courses now have their own customized info screens and will show as blue during course selection at the start of the round. I should, for that color, we should instead go button colors and go tour courses top color. That's probably pretty good. I think, is it the exact same color? Style presets. Is it Vivid Sky or is it something else? Button colors. Tour courses. No, it's the Ocean Blue Refined Light. That's right. Yeah, I think that looks better anyways. Okay. So in principle, the last big thing is to test them on a smaller screen. We can go update the tutorial real quick. That's easy to do. Global courses. This is a list of courses available to download and use in the app. Tour courses. Courses are also available. Can be found by toggling at the top. All Pro Tour courses are available. Layouts. Yeah, maybe. Let's go reset the tutorial. See if I think that's clear enough. Reset tutorials. Okay. Updated the tutorial. Minor tutorial update to mention the Pro Tour edition of Pro Tour layouts. Kind of excessive for the update notes, but I like to just keep it detailed. TBD to 2026 courses that don't have a caddy book yet. It's probably not unwise. And ultimately, I think what that would be is me just going to my JSON file and adding a TBD onto the names. Yeah. Does that just look stupid though? Try it. It's not terrible. I think it probably makes more sense to put it in front of the course though, because it's the course information related. It's TBD. I don't think the tournament name is going to change at this point. But if I do that, as if it's just a part of the course name, that's, I think, really just fine. And then I could add a note in the tutorial TBD means that course info is not finalized. Layout info. Course. Okay. Let's do a reset there. And reset the tutorial one more time, just to Pro Tour layouts are available without a screen. TBD means the course info is not finalized. To add a course, tap it and then tap it. Yeah, it's not terribly long, I don't think. All right, I like that plan. Let's go do a little copy and paste in here for all the 2026 layouts. Sprinkle Valley, Harvey Pinnock, and this at least will be an easy tell for myself as well, just when I'm updating these in the future, to know which ones I've updated and which ones I haven't, because once I update them, I can remove the TBD once a caddy book is actually published. Milo MacGyver, Windermere East, 26, Disc Golf Center, Reserve. These are all 2026. The Rockstar will be 2026. Ledgestone Open will be 2026. Continental US Open. D-Glow I just kept on there for 2025. It is, I'm not, I guess with the theme I have going right now, why did I leave that one on? I don't know. I think I should probably delete it. Get rid of 2025 D-Glow from this list. I included it for Worlds, so it still had some use for me, but let's get rid of that one. Brewster Ridge was TBD. GMC will already be passed as well by the time this is published, so I'm going to be fine leaving that as TBD. MVP Open 2025 is not TBD, but 2026 will be. USDGC. Did I pull that from a caddy book? I don't remember. Let's go see if I can find a caddy book for 2025. Pretty cool to be on that list. That is a pretty small list. It's just the 2024 caddy book. Might need to keep an eye out for that one then, because they haven't posted a new caddy book yet. We'll leave it on there for right now. 6 Jonesboro Open will be TBD. I did put those on the right one, right? Yes, TBD, TBD, TBD. Heinola Open. Swedish Open. Big Easy. Hornets Nest. Champions Cup. US Women's. World Championships, those were legit. Not TBD there. That is TBD. Championship 2025. I don't think they published a caddy book for that, right? That's what we were just looking at. No caddy books for it yet. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to keep that as a TBD as well. TBD. And then same thing for 2026. And we're done. All right. So now I think we should have the TBD in place for all of the 2026 courses. We'll do a double check there. But I think we are probably nearing the end of this video. On my filter functions, they're not going to get sorted by order, are they? They're not. Dang it. Let's go up here. All right, back to ChatGPT, hopefully to pretty much finish out the video. The above function sorts find by and year. I also have a collection that is Pro Tour global course data dot order, and each course has value in this collection that's an int. I need this function to be updated to sort in the exact same way that it is, but then also sort the list by order from low to high. Great. Update this function as well. Orders. Got lots of errors right now. Did not realize that I did. Isn't defined. What are you talking about? Did I go delete that function somewhere? I must have. Check if it was that a part of my where was I using that at? It had to have been in one of these then. Course. No, it must have been in global courses. It's right here. This is giving me an error saying it isn't defined. Check if difficulty should be changed, but I import global courses and it's right there. Because that's not where that bracket goes. Right there. There we go. Holy cow. Whoo! We almost did some damage. All right, reset there. Now we should be good. So now I want to make sure that, for one, I didn't break anything. VP open 2026. KC wide open is at the end. Did I? KC wide open. I did give them a lower order, 2 and 3. So now I wonder if I come up here and I search for KC wide open. Can't search by tournament name. It does still seem like it's working though, as it should. Yeah, I think so. If I go all the way down, we're still good, right? Queen City Classic, FPO layout. Yeah. So all that's really left is for me to set the order. Which I should be able to do by year, because I should never be showing it multiple times. So let's go 2025. MVP Open, USDGC, World Championships, and DGPT. Okay. So maybe we do this real quick, and then we can call it. We can do the order values. Let's close that out. Just call Pro Tour schedule 2025. So we go MVP first and then USDGC. Okay, but the real first is going to be the World Championships. So those I can probably just leave them as 1, right? And then MVP is going to be 2. 2 and 2. And then we'll have USDGC and throw pink at 3. World champs are 1, 1. And then it's all DGPT championship, right? And so then these can be 4, 4, 4, and 4. All right, and now we can do 2026. So then ideally when I'm adding the courses, I have as part of my spreadsheet the order values, so that's hopefully something I can set up a little bit faster. All right, so Supreme Flight Open gets 1 and 1. Next tournament, I'm just going to pull this over to my other screen so that, let me do this a little bit easier. All right, and next we have big easy. So this is going to be 2, 2. And then we go Queen City Classic. Should only have 2 of them, yep. That'll be 3 and 3. And then we have Champions Cup, which is going to be 4 and 4. Then we have Jonesboro. And this will be 5 and 5. And then we go KC Wide Open, KC. And this is going to be 6 and 6. And then next is Austin. We've got 4 of these, so this will be 7, 7, 7, 7. And then we have OTB. That'll be 8 and 8. And then Northwest. We're going to have 4 of these, so now we're on to 9. 9. And so again, this is just to have all of them be in order from earliest to latest in the year on these lists. So Northwest is 9, and then we're at the European Disc Golf Festival, and that's going to be 10. Major in Tallinn, Estonia. I'm not calling it the festival currently, but Swedish Open. Now we're on to 11. Then we're on to the Ale Open. And this is 12 and 12. And then Heinela Open, which is 13. And then USW, DGC, this is, was I just on 13? Shoot. Heinela Open is 13, so now we're on to 14. Ledgestone, yeah, this will be something that'll probably be hard for me to like track the values of when I do this in the future, but we'll figure it out. 15, 15, 15, and 15. And then Discmania. This is 16 and 16. And then Preserve 17. And World Championships 2025, 25, 25. All right, and then 26 will be 18. 18. Idlewild will be 19. GMC will be 20. MVP is 21. Yeah.
Hey there.
Hey. So MVP is 21. And then we have USDGC at 22. I have 2025 in here. Um, 22 and 22. Oh, no equal signs. 22. And throw pink. Counting those as 22, I think that's fine. And then we have DGPT Championship. 25, 25, 25, 25. And then here will be 23. Okay, so now if we do a reset, I should have the Pro Tour list in order as well. Hopefully. World Championships, MVP Open. Those are in order. 26. Supreme Flight, Big Easy, Queen City, Champs Cup, Jonesboro, Northwest. Sick. I think I'm just going to throw this under my 2-ad later right now. I'm not going to worry about doing it at the moment, but tour and global courses could be broken out into sections for each event, viewing them clear. Maybe a tour stop number 1. Top numbers. Yeah. All right, so we added TBD, we updated order values. So really the only thing left for me to do on this is to maybe rethink about the color of this icon on the toggle. Let me just humor me. I do kind of think that's better. Okay. I like that. So now I am actually done with that. And now I just need to test it on a smaller screen, which I will do tonight off video, in the hopes that it works and I don't even need to talk about it. But I am worried that really the only thing I'm worried about is that on a smaller screen these buttons get shorter and that the text isn't going to fit. And then I'm not sure. We'll figure something out. But yeah, we'll test that tonight. Make any modifications I need to get that text to fit. But otherwise, these are the tour courses. We've got the layouts in for the rest of the 2025 season and 2026. Lots of TBDs on the course stuff, but they're all TBD. So that's kind of how that goes. I like it. I think it's a decent ad. If I do decide to market this to pros, I think this is a pretty solid step in the right direction. So we'll test it on a smaller screen, and then maybe one more video before we submit the new update, which is going to be just adding in the data to track and then adding a little number on the all rounds view. And otherwise we're done. We'll probably push out that update in the video. I got to figure out whether or not I can just push it out as an update to Apple, or whether or not I need to launch it, do the update then. I can just launch Google with this new version, so that's not going to be a concern at all. But we'll see. Yeah, there'll be some minor stuff to figure out there that we can do in the next video, but we'll finish putting in this coding first. Global courses, or I could just and create tasks below. Yeah, we're good there. So just the testing. But all right, good progress today. We got this little new thing as well, which I like. So tour courses are now sorted by the order that they occur in the season. Oh, and then one other thing we can do. Maybe I'll do this on video, but make it so tour search on the global courses list also works for tournament names. Yeah. Just making it so that on this list, when you search here, that it'll search for, I could search, like right now I can't search MVP Open, right? I could search for Maple Hill, but I can't search for the tournament name yet, so I want to fix that. But yeah, otherwise we're close. Really, really close. Now, hold on. Now that I made the toggle black, I'm thinking that that should be black too. And I do think it should. Okay, that's it. Now I'm done. Now I'm forcing myself to stop. Add a const here. Get rid of that. I'll need to go through and just clear out the code problems as well. So clear out new Flutter problems from the warnings list. Probably do that on video as well. Cool. Okay, good progress. We will call it there for today. Nearly done with this, a little bit of testing, but yeah, we're getting there. So as always, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.